Santa hat, check. ID4, check. Burtonwood services, check. Time for a festive road trip. Stop number one, we're in Crewe to pick up my mate Mark, because I'm not going to do this on my own. That would be sad and that would be lonely, so I brought a friend. Mark doesn't really want to be on camera, so you won't see a lot of him, but I'm going to try and get him on camera. He doesn't know that yet, but I'm going to try and get him on camera. He may hold the camera, but anyway, you'll meet Mark. I'll point him out to you.
Yay, go down there.
Cool.
Apologies if I'm being one of those pricks going, you know, in case you hadn't seen them and that kind of thing, but I realise it's quite annoying when you know what to you know what I mean.
It's okay. You're on camera saying all that, so I don't mind.
And just because it looks like when you're driving you've not got a clue what you're doing.
No.
I'm just thought I'd add that to the camera.
I just don't want to move his family over. About that? Oh! Can we use that? Thank you very much.
Nice!
Cool.
You want those one?
Please.
Or you want the fast charge? Kindly.
Alright.
Oh, even better.
Depends which one. It's for free though.
Free?
Free. Oh, fast charge. in
Fast
that case.
charge, go back.
Okay, you want those?
Okay, random bonus is we are actually charging on the ferry for free. I know it's only 25 kilowatts. I don't care. We're charging for free. Obviously, in the real world, you wouldn't just come to France and nip across to Belgium to Bruges. You'd also go to Cash and Carry and pick up some wine. A lot of wine. A lot of really a legal amount of wine. Let's go with that. Okay, so the whole reason we came here was my friend wanted to have a hot chocolate and some Belgian waffles. We've now made it to Bruges, as you can see. Lovely, lovely Bruges. And I'm going to go into Winter Market and try and find some waffles and some hot chocolate. Even though it is not actually that cold, it's just very windy. Yeah, see you in a second. Okay, so hot chocolate. Very nice. Very, very nice. Take that one off the box. Right, okay, next one. You know, I have no easy way to do this. So, let's go with messy. Price is up. Very nice. That's that ticked off the list. So, this has been amazing. Bruges is absolutely beautiful. If you ever get the opportunity to come, especially during Christmas, I think it's amazing. Come down, have some fun, have some chocolate and have some waffles, because they're bloody amazing. Evening everybody, this is now the final charge of 4. We're at Watford Gap Services, and to be honest, this is supposed to be a stress test of infrastructure and doing 800 odd miles in an EV in one day, and I don't think it could have been any easier if we tried. Yeah, I did one charge on the way down. I could have waited later, but I didn't. Done one charge on the way back up because, well, we got 3 charges on the ferry. I mean, that in itself is an absolute godsend. Yes, it's winter. In the peak of summer, the charges on the ferry may be a lot more, maybe busier, and you may not be able to get one. But today, in the depth of winter, there was charges. There's a quick thing about, oh, you always have to wait for a charger. Well, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 chargers, some of them double headers, and they're available. The other services we went past Newport Pagnell, I know for a fact because I was there the other week for our 12 apple greens, There are a bank of Tesla chargers. There are tons of chargers around. But anyway, rant over. I'll probably do a very, very quick rub walks the dog tomorrow to sum up how the rest of the journey do. Because basically my food, which I've got from the services, is going cold. And as soon as that's done, I am off and I am dropping Mark back off at home, and then I'm going to go home. I'll see you in a sec. Bye. Okay, so just arrived home. The time is 1:26 in the morning. Done 294 miles since we left the ferry in just under 5.25 hours of driving. There was a little bit of we did make that one stop, but that was for like 20 minutes, if that. Yeah, total of 812 miles done in total in one day. That's pretty damn good going. Yeah, back in a sec with some final thoughts. Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm going to do a quick review of what happened. Now that it's been a couple of days, I found my Santa hat again, but outdoors is too wet and too windy to do a Rob Walks a Dog, so I'm going to do it to the camera here with my notes here. So if you see me going back and forth or the light changing, it's because the laptop keeps on auto dimming. Anyway, so just to give a little bit of background, the reason why we did this was I wanted to go and get hot chocolate and waffles. Mark wanted to go get hot chocolate and waffles. We'd never been to Bruges before, so I thought, you know what, let's go to Bruges. And it would be a perfect example of how an EV can do a road trip. Now, Mark hasn't done a road trip in an EV before, so I kind of wanted to show him what it's like to do a road trip in an EV. I was a little bit nervous, I'll be honest. I did use a better route planner to give a vague idea of where to charge. And it was saying, with all the weather and stuff, when I looked it up the day beforehand, it was going to be a headwind, it was going to be rainy, it was going to be generally miserable, and it was saying about 5 charges. So that didn't exactly happen. As you probably watched, we only did 4 charges. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through the data behind what happened. So we had 4 charges, 2 of them at public charges, 2 of them on the ferry. The first charge was with Todd Hill Services or Toddington Services. Can't remember which one it was. It was early in the morning. It took 22 minutes and cost £29. £29.57 to be exact. That 22 minutes was exactly how long it took for us to walk in from the chargers into the building, have a comfort break, then go and get coffee, then walk back out. We didn't stop in there, we didn't do anything, we just walked straight back out, unplugged and went, because we had enough charge there not only to get down to Dover, but to get comfortably into I think we could have probably got to Belgium, the Belgian border, and I wanted to actually charge using a continental charger, and then I could see what the infrastructure is like across there. As you know, that didn't happen. And when we got on, we found out about free charging on P&O ferries. By the way, if you can take advantage of that, and you can, just do it, it's amazing. So yeah, we did the whole continental leg of Calais, collecting the wine, going to Bruges, and then coming all the way back to Calais without charging. We got on the boat hoping to get another charger, and we did. So the car was charged to 100%. Again, I know, before anybody says anything, I know you're not supposed to charge to 100%, but seeing how it was free, it was a brilliant thing that helped us no end on this I want to say challenge. Yeah, challenge. Let's call it a challenge on this road trip. Then I drove from there all the way A2, M2, M25, M1 North, and then when we got to Watford Gap Services, we stopped and we had another roughly 22-minute charge. This time we're, again, because I'm old, I needed to empty my bladder, went in and I needed some caffeine and some food. So we went to McDonald's, and the night shift at McDonald's was as quick as a night shift at McDonald's. So roughly 22 minutes. I think this one cost me £30.57. Fine, okay, it's not the cheapest. I didn't use any apps. I didn't use any preferential apps or subscriptions to bring down cost. Again, I wanted this to be worst case scenario, because you had the infrastructure, because I wanted to check the infrastructure, the weather, the traffic, because it's the week before Christmas. I wanted to see how bad this would be if you just went at it headstrong into this. So that was the last charge. Then we actually had to be diverted to the A50, the A500, drop Mark off in Crewe, and then I drove up the M6 and the M62 into Burton Wood services. As you saw, I was a bit slurry at the end, very, very tired of being away for roughly 22 hours. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. If you ever have the opportunity to do a long road trip, share the driving, don't do it yourself. But this is what I might use as the title to this. I genuinely believe this road trip was quicker as an EV than it would be as a petrol car. I'm just gonna I'll give you a second. You start typing away in the comments. Feel free to just vent your anger at that statement. It would have been faster as an EV than nice. Why? Simple. So the two charges we did at public, I would have had to have stopped first service on the way down. I would have had to stop. I was bursting for the loo, so that would have happened, and I needed a coffee, so that would have happened. So let's take that thing. You wouldn't have had to fuel the car. You wouldn't have had to fill up your petrol or diesel tank. True, but the plugging in and charging took no time, so therefore I'm saying it would have been just as fast for that stop. Charging on the ferry. Obviously, you got onto a ferry and stopped, and then plugged in. So again, no wasted time. Same on the way back. So that's free with no wasted time. The fourth stop, again, parked up, plugged up, went in, comfort break, food, came out, unplugged, and I would have taken just as much time doing that as I would in an EV, in a nice car. So that was a no wasted time stop. Now, the Audi, which has featured on this channel, which I had during the summer, got a roughly 450 mile range in summer in ideal conditions. Now, if you were to do the 743 miles that we did, I may have mentioned 800 miles, but that was sleep deprived Rob. I feel pretty sleep deprived at the moment, but 743 miles, and you take obviously 450 out of that, you got roughly another 300 miles. So I would have had to fill up pretty much full at some point during the journey. Now, if I had done it at Todd Hills, I wouldn't have made it all the way back to home. If I had ran it from 100 absolutely full tank when I set off at 3 o'clock in the morning from Burton Wood services, all the way down, picked up Mark, gone to Todd Hills, gone to Dover, done Calais, blah, 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 I would have got to almost back to Calais before I needed to fuel up. So I would have needed to have fueled there, which was an additional to the stop at Todd Hills, an additional to the stop at both ferry ports. And I probably still would have had to stop when we got off and coming northbound. So so I would have had to have stopped in addition to the 2 stops which we made in the EV and the ferry stops. I would have, so time in addition. Sorry, that makes the ice car slower. Even if it was going in and having a very, very quick stop and fill up. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching anyway. I'm sorry to leave on that kind of bombshell, but it's a bombshell. Anyway, have a very Merry Christmas if you're watching this during Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, have a great holiday. And I will see you in the new year, because I'm not planning to do any new content over Christmas. But hey, have a great time, and I will see you soon. Bye. Oh, like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz.